First up, we are going to listen to Donut and Dotz and Andy Roden. This is Requiem. Why can't I say it? Oh my God. Requiem. Requiem. No! Requiem. Requiem. What the hell did I just say then? Requiem. Okay, are you ready? I can't say it. Requiem. Requiem. I bet you can't say it. You can't either. Requiem. 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 we go. That is Andy Roden and Donuts and Dotz. And this is a song called Requiem. Requiem. There we go. Requiem. Oh, stop it. It's so difficult for me to say that. It's Requiem. You are so welcome, Miss Dotz. Yeah, I think I got it on at least one of those. I said it right. Do you know what it is? It's when you overthink it, isn't it? Same with anything. But yeah, I never thought I had a problem with that word before now. That's two we found today. We're finding things about ourselves today that we didn't even know about. Amazing. So yeah, I think that DJ Donut mentioned that this is the first techno kind of track that they've made. Awesome little ditty, this. I really like it. I love the arrangement. Everything sounding well balanced. It says here, listening master 24-bit V1. So you've given it a master. It's all sounding very well balanced. Like I said, stylistically, the sounds that you've used, the gated vocal, all really nice. You've kept it on that one root note all the way through, which will continue the energy and give it that forward momentum throughout. That's the kind of thing with techno, is as soon as we start moving to another key from the root note in the bass, then it becomes more melodic, and then it becomes less kind of that full-on techie hard techno sound. So yeah, techno relies on repetition. Absolutely. I think that now what I'm going to say, remember on this show, I'm always very careful to distinguish between technical feedback, which means the same thing as objective feedback. So something that's actually sticking out as objectively incorrect. So, for example, if you didn't have any bass in your track, and you say it needs more bass, and that would be objective and technical feedback. And then, of course, subjective feedback, opinion-based. What I reckon, what I would do. So, what I am going to say is probably just subjective, because what I'm going to say, I know that it's subjective because it wouldn't stop me from playing it, if you know what I mean. But if there was something in here that would stop me from playing it as a DJ, then that would be a bit more objective. So the bits that I thought could be better were, and it's only a very slight thing, in your breaks bit, I thought it would be good if in the breaks bit, because the breaks area it's very mid, and I can see from the waveform how much lower in volume it gets. This would be it would bump it up a lot more if we had some subbier, bassier toms that were layered underneath but doing the same pattern as your breaks are. Now let's go back and listen to it. So this bit here, you're your amen breaky kind of bit that you've got there. I like it, but I think that it could be even more impressive and fuller and bigger if you copied that pattern that's doing, but added some low short toms or something, maybe in a few different tonal versions of it. Yeah, I think that would give this its moment. Do you know what I mean? Hi, Dr. Druclut. How you doing, mate? Maybe some re-space, yeah, possibly. That's a good idea as well. See what I mean by the difference between the objective and the subjective? That's just where my mind was going, man. That's where my mind was going. And what was the other thing I said? Oh, yeah, so your kick as well. I do really like your kick. But... nothing wrong with that kick. But if it was me, I would probably have another layer to it. I would have a more clicky top knocky layer, maybe like a very, very, very short hi-hat to give it a little bit more like girth, range, texture. It's 2 kicks, yeah. Like I said, there's nothing wrong with it. It's and also when you got your loops coming in here, you got your other sections coming in here. It's kind of providing that with like the rides and your hi-hat pattern. But I just feel like having a nice click on it would make the rest of it heavy. I don't know what you're using on your kick, but I've got some good results with something, a plugin that would bring out the harmonics to the fundamental of the kick. So something like, I think it's called Bass XXL or XXL Bass, something like that. Basically something that's going to like bring out the harmonics. Maybe Saturn, yeah. Especially if you've got layers, because then you can just try it out on one layer. It doesn't need to be over the full kick. If you've got, this is the great thing about using layers in any context, is the fact that you can add certain processing to just one of those layers and then keep like the sound design of the other ones as well. So yeah, but yeah, like I said, this is subjective. I really like it. What about bass harmonics? Sometimes a digital EQ can bring in bass harmonics. Yeah, what were we talking about the other week as well? Do you remember we were talking about K-Clip? Because I was looking at Oxford Inflator, which I know is quite an old school plugin now. I was talking to my other half about it. And he was like, no, I don't want to use that. And I was like, why? And he says, well, you can get just as good, if not better, control with K-Clip, which is it's a clipper. Yeah, but it provides that saturation, that harmonics. Yeah, and that's what I was after. Was that kind of thickness and that texture. Yeah. And then I went on a big rabbit hole thing of YouTube watching, I can't remember his name now, who was using K-Clip. And yeah, it was awesome. So yeah, but we're just talking about whatever now. You could do all of those things and you could do none of them and they wouldn't make a damn bit of difference, all right? No one cares. Especially not your kids. Oh my God, the amount of times I bring my kids in the studio, they come in and, Mom, we're going to have a can of Coke. I'm like, what? And I'm like, do you listen to my song that I've been making? Like, I don't like it. I don't like it. There you go. Oh well. Back to the drawing door. K-Clip Hornet clippers are awesome and drum bus in Ableton is good for crunch. Oh, there we go. Some top tips there. Yep, not all techniques apply for all songs. This is it. It is so subjective. You're very welcome, DJ Donut. So if you guys can do me a solid and go and follow DJ Donut on SoundCloud, thank you very much. Well done to all three of you, and I expect more from you in the future, please. Many thanks. Next up, we have I saw Lance. Lance is here. Lance has done very well. Lance makes us dance. Lance got a track signed to Hannah Lane's label last year. It's amazing, isn't it? I'm so proud. So Lance has been sending some music in for the demo drop for years now. I mean, how long have we been doing this show? Like at least 5 years. And he started sending me stuff in pretty much straight away. I am really, really proud of you, Lance, and I'm so happy to have been with you on your journey. I like to take some of the credit for the fact that he's not crying into the void saying, I deserve nobody likes it. Because we liked it. There you go. That's why this is like a support group. Okay, it's like an AA meeting, but for music. It is though, isn't it? Do you have other people in your life who you can talk to about this? I mean, I've got you. Obviously, I got you guys. Come on. But, you know, like other normal normies, you can't talk about these things. So we need to stick together. It's important. Mastering Anonymous. I mean, for me, I'm quite lucky that a lot of my conversations with people are music production based, which is great. But there are people, I do know some people in my life who don't care, especially my children. You know, they're like, why would I care about Omnisphere 3 and the fact that it's so massive and you've had to then delete all of your videos of Dr. Pimple Popper in order to put it on your PC, Amber, and stop ringing me. You know? Oh, sorry, did I interrupt EastEnders? Not that I'd have actually rang anyone and told them that, because I never, ever, ever, ever ring anybody because I don't like it. I don't like speaking on the phone. I'm not doing that. This is not for speaking on. It's for me looking at things and doom scrolling and arguing with people. No, I don't think that at all. I think you're wrong. Boop. Well, I think you are. Boop. Fuck you. Boop. Fuck you! Smiley emoji. Praying hands. Boop. It's not for speaking to people on the phone. It'd be silly. Anyway, Lance. Here we go. This is a track called Does It Feel Good to You?
Does it feel good to you? Like it feels good to me? Don't it feel good? Does it feel good to you? Like it feels good to me? I wanna know. Does it feel good to you? Like it feels good to me? Don't it feel good? Does it feel good to you? Like it feels good to me? Feel good.
There we go. That is Lance. Lance in his pants. It reminds me of JLF, who I think's in the chat as well, of his stuff as well. Really unique, authentic style of hard house, which I absolutely love. I didn't like it. I loved it. Yeah, really, really good. I really, really liked that bass line, like the tonal qualities to it. Like it was really interesting. Yeah, the squidgy bit. Yeah, there you go. There's some terminology for you. The squidgy bit. It is a happy song. So yeah, that's a really good point that you've made there. It can be quite difficult to make a believable hard house tune that is happy, or maybe even in a major key. I don't think this is in a major key. I'd still say that this is in a minor key, but the vocal and just the layout of it definitely has that kind of uplifting vibe to it. It's A sharp. Ooh. Nice. Yeah, cool. I really like it. Happy hard house. Yes. Absolutely. Yeah, I really like it. Is it okay to compare bass position of both tracks as Jungle Mark? How the bass curve showing in span with the slow release, so it shows the peak curve longer. Don't mind me if I'm going OCD on comparing. Nothing wrong with different music, but I do compare bass a lot. I think that's quite natural, isn't it? And remember, there's two types of people in the chat. We've got the producers, the people that are making the music, and the and people who, I don't know why the rest of you are here. Why are any of us here, actually? What is all of this? No, not now. No. Don't do it. Don't do it now. No. Okay. We're not going to get into that subject. Anyway, let's just pretend that this is all real for a moment, okay? And why we're all here. It's because half of us are people that make music and a few of you in the chat are listeners of music. And we're all going to have different ideas of like, and listen to it in different ways. So yeah, it's kind of impossible not to think about certain parts of a track. And I don't know why you're here, Richie. But what did you say? What were you on about? Is it okay to compare bass position of both tracks? Bass position of both tracks. Both tracks. How the bass curve showing in span with a slow release, so it shows the peak curve longer. Well, you would want to see that. Thing is, like, why though? Like, you are going OCD on it. Like, but what is it that you want to see? Is it something that you can't hear? And what do you mean by with a slow release in span? What do you mean with a slow release? So it shows the peak curve longer. You mean like the kind of the let's listen to it. I'm hearing harmonics on it, so I'm hearing it as it's got its root fundamental note, and then it's got like a fifth up. That's what I'm hearing on it. Yeah, you don't need to obsess like low. I get where you're coming from though, Jungle Mark. In Q3, for instance, you can hold the peak of the graph and it will show the max it ever reached across the spectrum. Yeah. No. Do not worry about trying to, about not explaining it well with terminology, because we've all got our own way of reading things. We've got our own ideas of what the terminology is as well. And you're trying to express yourself just through text in a chat thingy. So do not ever apologise. It's all good. Yeah, I mean... I really like it. Yeah, it's nice. If you start obsessing about metering, you'll grow old and lose your hair and teeth. Yeah. There's also a snow icon in Fab Filter settings where it can display the absolute peak without having... Oh, so you're wanting to know what the fundamental is. I wonder if Lance can tell us. Maybe Lance can solve the mystery. How did you make that fundamental? I'm hearing a harmonic on that of the root note, a fifth up. I really like it. I hear a hot dog, says Control 4. It cuts through really nicely as well. I bet you hit a pipe on the door frame. There you go. Yeah, it's just nice, and it hits nicely. It's got a nice resonant frequency to it. Even when you're moving it up as well, and then down the semitone down before going back to the fundamental. Really nice, that. The bass line was kind of like early Shock records. Yeah, completely hear that. Nice. Yeah, really liked it. Thank you, Lance. Thank you for sending it in. Love you. Next up, we've got Naughty Noodles. Oh, so JLF says, I think I'm the only one that's not loving the bass. Love the rest, though. It's crazy, isn't it? It's crazy how we can have like, oh, guess what? We can have different opinions, but we can still get on. That would be nice, wouldn't it? Maybe someone should tell Facebook. Anyway. We've got Naughty Noodles, and this is Tick It Off, and this is the Manuel Alicante Latin House remix. Sorry, I skipped through half of that then without realising. 1 second. There we go. we go. Tick It Off by Naughty Noodles. That's one of my students, actually. And that's the Manuel Alicante Latin House remix. I like this. I liked it a lot. I think it was a little bit long. A little bit on the long side because it was... let me just reset my limiter because that track was a bit low. A bit, yeah, it could have said it a bit quicker because it's 6 minutes long, but this is a DJ friendly version, so possibly okay. And I know that Naughty Noodles did say that he was considering adding like a Spanish female vocal to this. Now, I think, hello Smoke, hi. I think that would be a good idea. Although this track has its moments, it's definitely got some moments and it sounds very well produced. It definitely has everything. Everything here is like done. Arrangement wise, I'd probably make it a little bit shorter, but I think with the introduction of a Spanish female vocal, it would really tie it in and give each part its moment kind of thing. So yeah, I think that would work quite well. But yeah, really nice, really well balanced, really well made, good instrument choices. Yeah, very clean, yes. Very clean. Unlike my studio, I've got a student in tomorrow as well. But it's a student who's been here like probably 2 or 3 times. And when it's a new student, I'm a bit like, oh, better like dust. But then when they've been here a few times, I'm like, oh, it's all right. I don't need to pretend anymore. It's because I'm always in here. It gets messy. I don't understand how you can have like a really clean studio. Like, I mean, I clean it every day, as in like I take my rubbish out of here. There's no rubbish in here, it's just stuff. Amber dust. Do you know what it was? Do you remember when my fan stopped working on my old PC and I fixed it? Guy said at the time, he's like, you're not going to do that in here, are you? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, yeah, but all the dust is going to get everywhere because it's a soundproof studio. I was like, it'd be fine. It'll only be a little bit, but it isn't. It's like, it's so thick. It's so thick. Oh my God. Look at this. Look. Told you. Bad, isn't it? I might give it a dust layer. Maybe that's why I'm coughing. Maybe I'm breathing all of this in. It's only computer fluff anyway. It's not like it's going to kill me. It's insulation. It's fine. No, it's just me being lazy. All I need to do is just pick up the stuff that I've got on here. I've got stuff that people give me at gigs. So I've got loads of like things that people have given me. I've got my Genshin Impact characters. Look. Got the Traveller. The Traveller. I've got a really cool thing that Moosehip made me with her 3D printer. It's a little froggy. Also, this was made for me on another friend's 3D printer. I keep everything. I keep everything that people give me at gigs and stuff. I've got loads of these. I've got loads of these little rabbits. That's from Chantel. We've got these. Remember when everyone was giving everyone those little babies? I've got loads of babies as well. Troll. What else we got? What else we got in here? Pens. Oh, where's that really cool thing that... Oh, hang on. I've got to show you this. Now, I'm just trying to think who gave me this. I remembered. Darren. Daryl. He said to me, he went, do you want some Coke? At a gig, he's like, do you want some Coke? And then he passed me this bag. You want to see the bag? How cool's that? Oh, also Jason Naughty gave me an E. Look. How cool's that? So yeah, that's why a lot of dust accumulates. Yeah, it was Synergy Darren. Darren, yeah, it is Darren, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah. So I keep everything. I have a memory box, and I've got loads of stuff in my memory box. So yeah, it's cool, isn't it? So yeah, Naughty Noodles, great tune, loved it. Thank you for sending it in. Okay, next up, we're going to put Smoke on next because I've seen you in the chat. Smoke are actually from the area where I am from, if you know where that is, which is cool. And this is a techno tune. This is actually a free download, and I'm going to give you the link for the free download in the chat. And of course, if you're listening back to this on YouTube, then you can go in the description and you'll find it in there as well. Here we go.
It's time to make the floor burn. I think it's time to make the floor burn. I think it's time to make the floor burn. I think it's time to make the floor burn. To make the floor burn.
we go. That is We Are Smoke. And that is a free download as well. Everyone. Oh, there they are in the chat. We Are Smoke. Yeah, you are so freaking welcome. And welcome to the Demo Drop Show. Yeah, really, really great remix. And yeah, thank you for putting it up as a free download as well for people. It's, hang on, let me just have a drink. It's always a good way to get people aware of you as an artist. If we have a few like cheeky remixes of stuff that we can give away. A good thing to consider if you haven't already heard of it is Hype Edit, however you want to say it, where you can, in exchange for a free download of a track, you can create download gates and get yourself like an email database of people, get people to follow your Instagram, whatever it is that you want. Hello, Bosky. It can be a really, really good way of getting yourself more people following your music and being aware of you, and of course then curating your own email database for, you know, other stuff like gigs and any releases that you've got coming out. You know, it could be a really powerful tool to do to try doing stuff like that. Yeah, I really, really like this this track. I don't have anything really that was like standing out to me. I've got something I want to remark on. I liked the bass line. I thought that this was a really good example of a habit that us oldies would have been in, which would have been no stereo information on bass lines, which kind of goes back to the not theory, but the real thing of any stereo information in the bass, the kick in the bass, when you were sending stuff to be mastered and pressed to vinyl. You wouldn't have been able to have anything stereo in the bass regions because of literally the needle would oscillate out of the groove because of that. Boomers mixing mono, yes. And of course, the way that we used to listen to our music, the only way really that we would listen to music, well, one of the only ways, was in a nightclub. And a lot of nightclubs are set up in mono. Mainly, I believe the reason would be because wherever you are in a club, if it's in stereo, you're going to get like an imbalance if you're not in the middle of the club. And also because a lot of events, a lot of venues would be band orientated. So that would be another reason why they would be in a mono setup. So a lot of music accounted for that. We live in a time now where that isn't the case. People listen to music on many different platforms, formats. So that's kind of allowed for more, and I hear this in a lot of different genres, where like the bass is kind of treated in a very different way to how you would in what my recollection of music production is. And I could hear that in this track, like there was like a layer where it sounded like it had a widener on it, certainly a lot of stereo information. And it was great because it was like the bass was being wrapped around the song. And I liked that. I thought that was really cool. So, yeah, I really enjoyed that. So, yeah, thank you so much. Thank you for sending that in. I really, really liked it. And, guys, make sure you go and get your free copy. Off you go. Go, go, go. Next up, we've got the Donny Donkers. More people from the place where I live. Oh my God, there is so much talent here. I'm not from here originally, Donny, but there are a lot of people who are very talented who just kind of just live here. It's really weird, but in a good way. So there you go. Okay, so yeah, Donny Donkers, and this is Cut You Off.
Touch that dial. touch that dial.
There we go. That is a Donny Donkers and Cut You Off. Yeah, this is my favourite one that I've heard from you. That kick and bass relationship, the kick and donk, should I say, really nice. It reminded me of DJ Campbell, that level of music production. And I like the reverse donks in there as well. People sometimes forget about little things like that, like a reverse donk, a reverse kick leading into the first kick of the first next set of 16 bars or 8 bars, little bits of ear candy like that. And they are also very easy to get to fit in your track because it is already part of the track. So it's not like you're trying to find another sample that's going to fit with the other things and, it'd be a struggle. Normally when we use a existing sample from our track in a different way, either pitching it up, pitching it down, reversing it, time stretching it, using it in snapshots. Come on. Type of synthesis. Granular synthesis. However it is that you want to reuse a sound, it will usually, they're just ideas and they're not the only ones. You could do loads of different things. You stick a fucking dub delay on a comb filter, whatever, loads of stuff. But what my point is when you take a sample, an existing sample that you've already got and add it in a different way to the track, it will just fit because it's already in there. Unless you're lucky and you can find a sample that will fit straight away, then job's a good one. But yeah, I just appreciate little things like that. And the vocal was great. I'd not heard that vocal before, so yeah, it sweared and it said, "Could you on?" It's rude. Oh my god. I don't know. It's naughty that. Couldn't play that on the radio. Xander Club inspired reverse donks. Nice. Yeah, loved it. Well done. And if you guys can go and follow Donny Donkers, please. Thank you. There is the link. Thank you. No, thank you. Thank you. Thank you for sending it in. I appreciate you and hopefully see you soon as well, Andy. I really, really appreciate you sending it in. And next up, we've got... Who else have we got? Thank you. Caustic is next. Oh, you're going to like this one. Here we go. This is called Dirty Fat Liar.
poetry. I lied about that too. You are a bald-faced liar. You're a fucking liar. Shut up. Don't lie. You're a liar. Whatever she says is a lie. You're a liar.
Oh, wow. Oh, Caustic, that was absolutely awesome. Yeah, loved it. Loved it. Yeah, it's couldn't be much more like perfect to me. I know that there's no such thing as perfect, but it sounded really good, really well balanced. Everything had its place. Yeah. Really, really nice. Really, really nice. I love the vocal as well. I just need to ask, are you okay? Somebody lied to you. What a great way of getting over someone lying, though, by making a lovely song about it. Yeah, Jungle Mark, you might just be overthinking it a bit. Remember, when you're listening to it your end, there's a few variables we've got to think about when it's been live streamed. And also the fact that it's a SoundCloud link that is then being played through OBS to an encoder through Twitch and compressed, I should imagine, a bit on the way, and only at 320 megabytes per second max. So, and I do, yeah, SoundCloud compresses it a bit as well. So I am listening to it in my studio with my sub on and my flat response Mackie speakers, and it sounds perfect. Absolutely perfect. I think if you had more, if you brought the bass up any more than that, you would struggle for headroom with everything else. So yeah, this is something that is made intentfully in the way that it's been made. And yeah, it sounds very, very. It's also, this is the style of music as well, so it could be a genre specific thing. So for different styles of music, we rely more heavily on different instruments, different aspects of it. The more obvious one would be the snare in drum and bass, for example, because everything goes around the snare, whereas with hard house, everything's centered around the kick. So, but absolutely, please feel free to put your feedback in the chat. The only thing that's ever asked of anyone is just to keep it respectful. That's it. The fact that you're spending time in here, Jungle Mark, and giving quite introspective and educationally experienced kind of views on what you feel. Like, a lot of the time when we give feedback and we're being subjective and we're listening to each other's work, the reason why this is so important is not necessarily for the person who's made that track. It's not really about them taking on board what we're saying to them. Really what we're doing, which is actually much more important, is we are saying it to ourselves about our own music production. And again, being the deep person that I am, that kind of like also plays into a parallel journey in our own self-development. A lot of the time when we look at someone else, we judge someone else. Doesn't need to be like in a negative way. We just do. That's what we do. It's all reflections within ourselves on a personal level, and also ourselves as an artist. So, a lot of the time when we are thinking and we're giving advice based on our own preconceptions of our value systems, that's like a good thing. Yeah, it is a good thing. I think we had one person ever on the show. We had a Jeffrey once, didn't we? Remember Jeffrey? Someone was sending him music, pretending that he'd made it himself, but he wasn't. He was just ripping like stuff off the internet and then renaming the file with his name. Oh, that was so funny. And then he got really upset when we found out. And he was like, he got all threatening and yeah, he was like, you watch, I'll be back. And he wasn't. But yeah, when he got busted on the stream, that was so funny. It was so funny. But the only other time that we've ever had anyone say anything that had to be addressed was just with someone going, oh, that's shit. Like, that's not even helpful. That's not telling us anything. But again, it just is, that's obviously not helpful. But what you're saying can definitely be helpful. So don't ever feel apologetic or, you might be overthinking it, but I would rather you overthink and put it in the chat so that we can talk about it, because we all do it. Oh my God. Yeah, I would be more worried if you didn't overthink as an artist. I think that's a very natural thing for us to do, which is again why having this powwow group. Are we allowed to say that still? I don't think we are we? This communication of our, Alcoholics Anonymous, but for music. I just did, yeah. I'm going to be cancelled now. Oh, not again. This think tank of, all of our different opinions, but they're all based off some level of experience, so that's good. Jungle Mark says, my wife thinks I have ADHD. I accept it. You might do. I think you find that a lot of creatives, a lot of us are what you would call neuroatypical. If it helps you to think of it in that way, definitely. Audio Abuse is Anonymous. Ah! I like that. Yeah. But yeah, Caustic, this is a great tune. And so much energy to it. Not only in that vocal, but that vocal really invokes like the urgency and the energy of the Hoovers in there as well. Like it was very intense. The whole thing was very, very intense and I loved it. Yeah. Thank you, mate. And everyone, make sure you go and follow Caustic, please. Such a great tune, that. Loved it. Yeah, Grady G-esque, definitely. Next up, we've got Apex and Matrix. go. That is Apex and Matrix. Apex, also known as Dan Vega. Awesome track. I believe this is Machina. Very free-formy sound to it. Very uplifting. I love me a bit of Machina. So yeah, I like that kind of like slightly harder, not harder, slightly faster sound. I have actually done a Machina set, which was a lot of fun. And I made a Machina track, which was a lot of fun. So yeah, I liked this a lot. It had some great moments in it. The strings, the pianos in that breakdown. And yeah, the arps, really nice. What did you guys think? Yeah, the acid line, like the acid line in there. It's a different method to working when you're making stuff that's really fast, isn't it? You haven't got any time to mess about. Everything's got to be like shaped properly. You know, the faster that you go. But yeah, I that's what I like about trying different types of genres of music, because they all have their own certain value system and certain ways of producing, and you know, the way that you do stuff. I find faster is harder it is to let it breathe. Yeah, I'd agree. Like, you can't put swing on something like this, or shuffle, or anything like that, or a groove pull thing, whatever it is on Ableton. Not much though. Not much. I assume anyway. I mean, I think I've tried and it didn't work very well. But then the slower stuff, you can get a bit more. Get more into the groove, in the pocket, baby. Pow, 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 pow. I once got told the space between the notes is just important as the notes, says Devil's Reject from Timbuktu. And I agree. Hello, Tijorvin DJ. How you doing? How you doing? Thank you very much for following. Thank you to everyone that has been subscribing, by the way. And also thank you to Yvonne Tapu for the gifted sub. Thank you for the follows, everyone. Thank you, Donny Donkers, for the bits. Thank you, Lance, earlier for resubscribing. And, of course, DJ Donut. Thank you. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, we're doing all right, thank you. We're okay. I think we're hanging on by a thread. But it's a strong thread, so it's okay. It's okay. It's fine. How are you? Yeah, I agree. The space between the notes is just as important. Absolutely, it's a very important distinction. Again, if you wanted to get all philosophical, there's a great book by somebody called Eckhart Tolle, and it's called The Power of Now, that really goes into this space around the noises in life and finding that stillness within, in the silence. It's important. Next up, Karim told me that Between the Kick was more important last year in Ibiza. How's that for a name drop? Karim told me that Between the Kick was more important. Space between the kick you're on about. Yes, it is. Having that distinction, important. That's why it was good when volume envelopes, yeah, the space in between the kicks, yeah. When we started to have things like LFO Tool, and I mean, basically all it ever was a volume envelope. But having a specific tool for it, I think really kind of ingrained it into people's production styles. However, I still think it's important to shape your sounds without relying on having a volume envelope stuck over the top of the sound in the mixer channel. I think you get a better result by shaping it through, on the actual individual sound. But yeah, the concept is fantastic. High Status Ho. Yeah, you've missed loads. You missed so much. But don't worry. Do you know why? It's because it's going to be on YouTube. So there you go. Can you all go and please make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube, please? It's really important to me. Thank you. Thank you very much. Just go and do it now. Because you'll only forget. Oh, yeah, I'll do it. Do it later. No, you won't. I wouldn't. Ha! Yeah, I'll do that. No, I won't. I'll forget. It's not because I don't like you or your content. It's just, it's not that important to me. It's important to me, though, so thank you. Just do it. Thank you. Next up, we've got Silent Republic. Take Me There. Here we go. go. That is Take Me There, Silent Republic. Yeah, doesn't get much better than that. Like that kick and the clap specifically for me was so nice. Like, and it cut through beautifully with everything else. Just amazing. Really, 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 really like that one. Love the vocal, the acid in there, the hoovers, just the balance of all of the sounds. It all was brought together so well. Like, that's such a well-made tune. It's beautiful, like a beautiful hard house tune. Hello, Mahel. Yeah, it was solid. You know what I mean? Like, that was just all slotted in perfectly. So good. And I appreciated the fact that it wasn't as fast as it normally would be, maybe playing it out live, because we all kind of pitch it up a little bit, don't we? I think it sat really nicely at this tempo. I don't know what the actual tempo is, but I guess I would say no more than 148. Which I like. Yeah, DJ Donut pitches his up a lot. Well, we do, don't we? Because naturally, we don't want to be hanging around that 0 point. I mean, it's not too bad when there isn't the notch there, like you do with your turntables, your Mark IIs. I think they got rid of it after a while, but I always play a little bit faster than what it is. But yeah, I liked everything about this. Everything about it.